What's up, guys? Boogie back again. So, guys, I have a great compilation of so many, couple videos, not so many, about around 6 or 7 that I'm going to be going through. So shout out to you guys who always check out my content. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Road to 5,000 subscribers. But in today's episode, before I, make you guys wait any longer, this first lady is going off. As you can see, over 30,000 likes. Right, that means 30,000 people agree with what she's saying. Obviously, it's going to be majority black women, if not all black women. She has an issue with black men dating white women. She's going to give the reasons why those relationships happen and why it's an issue. Obviously she's a good looking woman, but you can tell she's an older looking woman. So chances are she's single, because there is no woman who's going to be in a happy, satisfying relationship going to be on the internet complaining that black men are dating white women. None. Unless, I don't know, then some sugar baby, sugar daddy kind of relationship. All right, without further ado, guys, I'm not even going to waste your time. Let's get into it.
Jump and comment just yet. I've noticed that a lot of white women seem to have an easier time getting into relationships, getting engaged, and getting married. Now, hold on, I'm not done talking. Statistics, various newspaper articles, men of various races, especially black men, will have you believing that it's because black women are not desirable, we're not smart, we don't make good partners, which is actually not true. We're the most educated human beings on the planet. We are the beauty standard, despite the fact that media tries to gaslight us and make us think that we are not.
Okay, right off the bat, she's already wrong. The fact that she mentioned, and they do this so many times, how they're the most educated, that doesn't do anything for a man. Like in the relationship, no relationship survives because they're too educated. Oh my God.
Studies have proven that we are actually amazing partners. If you comment right here, you're going to be loud and wrong. Just keep listening. But there's something very important that a lot of these studies leave out when they try to make it seem like white women are just so much amazingly more easy to be wiped up. One of the reasons why black men tend to veer on the side of snow bunnies is they think it's some kind of status symbol. Although the preferences do not get preferential treatment, they often get treated way worse than they would ever treat a black woman. A lot of white women who get with black men are doing so out of rebellion because their parents were racist, which I'm about to dive into. And that is the reason why a lot of those relationships fail. It's a statistical fact. They have the highest divorce rate. Now let's dive in. I really think that one of the biggest reasons, as far as why that is because white women are willing to ignore the fact that their mate is racist. They're okay with having a relationship where they simply agree to disagree. So, of course, if someone being racist or homophobic or misogynistic is not a deal breaker for you, that's going to increase your opportunities to find a mate. The amount
Do you guys notice how she's only mentioning negative things about black men? Also, do you guys notice how when a black man dates, marries, or in a relationship with a white woman or any woman of another race who's not black, they always talk about it, but they never talk about the Serena Williams who are married to white men. They never talk about other women who marry white men or men from other races. You guys never notice that? Also, she keeps talking about how black men only go to white women for status, but majority of men who do that go where it's easier to deal with someone. That's just a fact.
of white women that I have worked with in various places who have shared stories about how racist their husbands are. I remember one lady said that her husband told her if her kids ever married a black person, he would disown them, and she was laughing about it, saying she would just have to sneak around and see her kids because she wouldn't want to miss out on her grandkids. And that's not to say that black women and women of other races don't date people who are racist, homophobic, or misogynistic. It's just that for white women, for the most part, it's definitely not a deal breaker. They don't even give it a second thought. It's like, oh my gosh, Brad is so amazing. He's everything I've ever asked for in a man. I mean, he fucking hates black people, but you know, it's okay. But joke's on them, because men who are racist, homophobic, misogynistic tend to be the worst partners. Because on the flip side of the stories I've heard of white women bragging that their men are hateful human beings, they also share stories about how their men are hateful towards them. The men were either abusive, the men were either unattentive, all of those things.
It's a game. It's the same playbook all the time. Black man marries or dates a woman from a different race, especially white women. Black woman gets on the internet saying how racist white people are, saying how black men are the worst, saying all the negative things, and they skip how black women also marry people from different races, but they never talk about that. And they always mention the negative things about black men and why it's so hard for them to be in a relationship with black men, but they never look within. You notice in the beginning of the video, she mentioned only positive things about black women: most educated, smart, easy to be in relationships with, making good money, all those things. It's like she's saying black women are perfect and black men are the worst. And also, don't forget, when it comes to divorces, if interracial relationships don't work, best believe, even when it comes to a black woman and a black man, black women still file for divorce 80% of the time.
Cheaters, just terrible human beings. Hearing about how they've ignored their anniversary and how they're not romantic, how they scream and yell at them, put hands and feet on them, how they treat people who don't look like them is also what they feel about you too. They are with you because you're going to serve a purpose for them, Linda. You're going to have those children that are going to make him look like an award-winning father when he goes to work. You are going to be his little personal assistant that's going to skyrocket his business to where he wants to be. You're going to do all the work while he gets to be the face of the business, and you get no pay, and your name isn't on a damn thing. In almost all of those relationships, the woman's only purpose is to make the man's life better. If white
Okay, so now I see, after listening to her for some time, I see her gameplay. So her game plan is, I don't like that black men are dating white women or marrying white women. So what I'm gonna say all the negative things about black men, and then I'm gonna tell the white woman all the negative things about the black man, so that white woman can reject black man who rejected me. Which it would have been better, because if you don't care that, because sounds like she wants black men to marry or date black women, which I understand, she's a black woman. But rather than say the negative things about a black woman, if you want him to come back to you, how about you get on the table without calling names and insults, throwing insults, attacking him? How about you say, hey, black man, I understand why you're dating white women. You are saying I'm not easy to get along with. The attitude and all those things that you say that I have. How about if we figure out a way that I can maybe, reduce my attitude, and maybe they claim black men don't listen, and maybe you can listen to me more. How about both of you get on the table, have a conversation about what both of you can do better? Because it doesn't get any better, and it doesn't bridge the gap if a black woman is throwing insults at a black man when he dates a white woman, and then a black man throws insults at a black woman when she dates a white man, or any man from a different race. It just creates the division bigger and bigger. So what do you guys think about that? So I'll put our link down below if you want to go to our TikTok and check her out. All right. So next up, hold on, guys. I'm feeling hot. All right. Next up, we're going to be reacting to Ashley. To me, Ashley is like the Um, Ashley is like the lady who advises women on how to be sugar babies, really, or how to find guys with money, or um how to find sugar daddies. Because women come on her show looking for men who have money, but they don't know how to find them, where to find them, and Ashley helps them out. Now, I don't know if she has a man of her own who has the money, or it's just content creation. I don't know, but there's a woman who came on that show, and she's tired of men taking out for dinner, and she just wants men to buy her gifts and give her money on the first date. You know how most people want to do dinners on the first date? Let's go out, let's go to the park, let's go bowling. She's like, I'm tired of that. I just want money and dates, and rather, and gifts. You know, in other words, she wants a rich man. Let's get into it.
Okay. Hello, Clover.
Hey, Ashley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Wipe my camera off.
Okay. So you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms.
I do.
All right. What brings you up tonight?
Well, I wanted to get some advice. So when I was younger, I'm 26 now, but when I was younger, around 2021, I was on Tinder. And I was dating because when I was younger, I had this goal to find a sugar daddy. Like, that's not an old, creepy sugar daddy, but just like an older gentleman that would help me out financially. And from 20 to 26, I kind of evolved a little bit more. Like, I'm more like an entrepreneur. Like, I'm actually working in private equity. And I've been on my own for a while, but I feel like recently, like my dad passed, it's 3 years now. It's been hitting me that like that was my person, and I don't really have much of a support system. But it's like I haven't had support this whole time, you know what I mean? But for some reason, it's just hitting differently, and I'm like, I think I'm ready for like a relationship where a guy is actually helping me grow.
So many women these days, young women at that, want sugar daddies. Like they want men to literally give them money, like pay their rent, buy them a car, do all these things. But I don't know if we have enough men out there who are willing to do that. I don't know if we have enough men who have the money. There may be many men who have the money. They're not. But let's say we have so many guys who have the money. Are they really willing to do that? I don't know. But there's more and more women asking that they want men to come in and pay for their lifestyles.
And ironically, recently I moved to New York because before I was in Charlotte when I was dating, and the first guy that I went on a date with, I ran into in New York. He's actually a banker, so he's in the same industry that I'm like working in, and he's actually like active, like dating with a purpose, like he's looking for a wife. When we and him first met, his wife actually had passed giving birth, so he had lost like his whole family.
Oh,
Yeah, so it wasn't good time, and I was actually really young too. Like I wasn't ready for him. I was like one of them. I was listening to like all the little rap songs, you know. Yeah, I was one of them, you
being
know.
21, just being 21.
Yeah. So it's like now I'm more mature, and I'm like, okay, I see this going somewhere, but it's like I can't really remember why we stopped talking. I want him to kind of help with my business a little bit, like just help it grow. But I don't want
Help it grow means I wanted him to give me money so that I can buy some supplies.
to. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So how long have you guys been talking?
We've had 3 conversations now. We schedule calls, so every Monday at 7 p.m. we talk. Is that weird?
Girl, that's very weird. Is he in a relationship or remarried?
I don't think so. I think well, I told him I'm not looking for a relationship because I'm focused on my business right now.
Girl, he got somebody. If he's scheduling a call every Monday at 7, that's definitely something.
Nobody? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not that emotionally involved, so it don't hurt. It's just more so like, okay, that's what he's doing.
Okay, well, if he hasn't told you, you don't. I guess you don't know if he's married or in a relationship, because I'm sure he just hasn't said anything. I'm just assuming, right? But what is the conversations like when you do tell him about your business, or you're going out to lunch, or you drop a glass slipper? What is he saying?
Well, he's very supportive. Like he gives me a lot of feedback, but you know, in my world, I'm always on LinkedIn, so I'm used to guys get like he gives me the same advice that the guys I speak to on LinkedIn
But she
gives
wants
me.
money.
But it's like with him knowing that I know he has goals of dating me, I feel like his advice should be a little bit more like action oriented.
But
Action.
he's not in New
Did you guys catch that? She said his advice should be more action oriented. He should give her money. That's what she wants.
York though. He's in Charlotte, and he comes here because for business when he's working at wherever he works. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't sound like, if you're on that type of time and if he's on that type of time, it doesn't sound like, it just sounds more like an emotional support buddy.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's what it seems like. If he hasn't asked you, hey, Clover, I know you're young. Do you need anything? And he's much older than you, right?
he's 12 years older than me.
Yeah. So if he's much older, he's scheduling calls. I'm assuming there's someone else in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you guys are just there for emotional support to have combos.
So she's 26. He's 12 years older. Still 38. That's not much older. I don't think, unless he has money like that, that doesn't sound like a sugar daddy to me. That sounds like a guy, of course, she's a good looking woman. That just sounds like a guy. He may have a little bit of money, but the fact that she's asking for action, that means he's not giving her money yet. Sounds like, it's just an older guy who, is just talking to a good looking woman and that's it. But it doesn't sound to me like he's a sugar daddy yet.
No.
For the 6 days out of the week, he can't speak to you. So technically, there's nothing there. You guys are just talking every Monday just to say, hey, what's going on? All right, everything's good. Give me advice. Bye. You could get that here.
Right. I mean, when hearing you say it gives a whole different perspective because in my mind, I'm like, okay, so outside of him, just dating in general, when do you feel like it's too soon to request something? Because I kind of feel like in our day and age, I don't really have time for the 4 to 5 month period of, I want to get to know you first. And then, like,
What do you mean request? What do you mean request? Like ask for money?
Like not even ask for money, but like I'm gonna be honest, like I'm over the dinner stage. Like I don't want to go to dinner. I want to go to the mall because it's like, what we going
Okay, well, if you want to go to
She wants to go to the mall on the first date. Yo, they're out here looking for you, sugar daddy. So if some of you guys have the money, you got some sugar babies out here waiting for you.
the mall on the first day, I'm keeping it real. That's going to give off escort. That's going to give off prostitute. That's going to give that off immediately.
Yeah.
If I'm being very blunt with you, that's what that's going to get off. If you're on that type of time, sure.
It's just that guys, they be all on you, on the first date. And so that's why I kind of feel like, okay, well, since you rushing that, let's go ahead and rush this.
She wants the money.
Yeah, it's not. Let me say this for everybody watching.
So she wants the money. The guys want the pum pum. So she's like, if you're gonna rush me trying to get the pum pum, you might as well spend first. She wants to do business real quick. Let's hear what the advice she's gonna get.
It's not materialistic. If you're meeting a stranger for the first time and the first thing you're asking out of your mouth is take me to Chanel, that means this is transactional, right? I'm not saying you can't get the goods. I'm not saying that. But if you're doing that when you meet them off the bat, hello, hi, my name is, take me to here, that means it's transactional.
I mean, it's always transactional. I get what she's trying to say, but it's always transactional because clearly she's giving advice to girls or to women to find sugar daddies. So at the end of the day, whether they go to the mall on the first date, on the 10th date, it's transaction. We're going to be honest. The girls want the money. The sugar daddy wants some sugar.
Well, let's call a thing a thing right now. Let's just call a thing a thing.
So what do you think is a good time period to wait? Like, not to necessarily ask, but where you think it's appropriate to start saying, like you said, start alluding to like, okay, I want this. Because it's not even just about shopping. Like sometimes it's about, I may want to travel or I may want to, I just want you to offer something. Like, I just kind of feel like at some point, a man is, like you said, they should be offering to start doing things. Like, when do you feel like it's appropriate to start expecting them to offer to do things?
Again, you can allude like I dropped my glass slipper, like I said, but you also have to think about who is it that I want to be? Do I want to be that girl? Let's keep it real. Look at me. Do I want to be that girl? Do I want to ask for money on the first date and bags on the first date? Is that how I want to live my life?
No.
I'm not saying, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but is that your intention? That's what I really want you to think about.
No,
Do
it's
I
not my
want
intention. It's
go
just
ahead.
that it's not my intention. It's just that men be all on you on the first date. You,
Because they know you want the money. So in their blank devil's advocate, right? If the men be all on you on the first date, they know you are there for the money. So sometimes they think that if you give me the sugar, you know, if you give me the pum pum, I'm gonna give you some, sugar at the end of whatever we have going on. But I think in her mind, she's like, give me up front, and then maybe I can give you, some pum pum at the end of our date. But I think some guys go through issues where they may give the girl money and they never see her again. So I think that's why they be on her. It's like, okay, you really want this money? Show me something and then I'll give you the money. So I see how she's struggling, and not even just her. So many girls are struggling to contend with the fact that they don't want to date an average guy like me because I'm not going to give her money and take her shopping and do all those things, expensive dinner dates, right? And, they can make me wait for 3 months, right? But then the guy who's going to spend money on them wants it here and now. I mean, I got the money. Do you have the goods that I want? It's because it's transactional to them. So for her issue is she doesn't want to give it up right away. She thinks she's dating the normal people out here, and she's not.
you know what I mean? So I just be
What does all on you mean?
like, okay, I don't know about other people, but men be trying to have sex on the first date. Like they try to get you to come back to their house. They want kisses. They do a lot. And it's
Duh.
just like, okay, well,
Well, that means we're staying on a date too long, and like someone said, you don't have boundaries.
okay.
And we're drinking too much. We're having more than 2 drinks, more than 1 drink on the first date, and we're staying on the date too long. So that's
So sounds like these girls are trying to create relationships with sugar daddies. So they're trying to bring the same tactics they use in the normal dating scene and transfer it to sugar daddies to create relationships. And I don't think that's ever going to happen. He's called a sugar daddy for a reason. You want him to support your lifestyle, it comes with a consequence. So where you are going to make the normal guy, the average guy, wait 5, 10 dinner dates for you to be intimate, the sugar daddy wants it right away. He's going to give you your money, you're going to give him whatever he wants. They know that's what it comes with, but sounds like she doesn't know what she's confused.
that's giving him the impression that you're down.
Oh,
We're having more than 1 drink. If we're staying there too long, if we're getting too comfortable, then yes, he's gonna think that okay, she's down.
so what's a good exit? Like, how do you exit out off the date early without, like, do you do the oh, my friend's calling, I have an emergency, I gotta go, or like, how do you?
Yeah, but it should be a time. If we're meeting at 7, let's say we go 7 to 8, right? 7 to 8:30. All right, the dinner's done. You get the check. It was so nice meeting you. Thank you for taking me out, or whatever it is that you say, and that's it. You wrap it up, and you have to go.
So you're trying to use them for free dinner dates. I mean, but her goal is money. Her goal is not dinner. That's why she said she's tired of dinner dates, because she's doing dinner dates with guys like me who don't have the hard cash to give her every time. So she wants the gifts and the cash on the first date. She's tired of dinner dates.
Okay,
Yeah, they're saying go out early at 6 o'clock. Yeah,
I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna
breakfast. Go out for breakfast. Yeah.
and I'm gonna also update, because I know you is other people that want to talk, but I'm gonna also update you too on this guy, to see if it's true that he probably do have somebody. Because I figured that it's just he's busy because he's like working a full time, and plus he's still going to school to get his PhD. So I'm like, okay, I know that's busy, because as an entrepreneur, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm always busy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to talk to him every day because
And let me also add this too, Clover. When I think a guy can smell when girls are used to getting things from men, because usually when you're about that life, you really don't have to ask.
Mhm.
You don't. They'll be like, what do you need? Hey, did you eat today? I just sent you money. Oh, you getting your hair done and your nails this week? Here's some money. Where can I send it? It's just given. It's not something you really need to ask for. If you allude to it, they'll give it to you.
Mhm.
So you also want to think about, how is it that I'm showing up in the world?
So guys are out here just giving money for the sake of it? I doubt it. I doubt guys. I mean, there are guys who are probably just dishing out money for the sake of it, maybe, but I doubt guys are just giving out money for the sake of it. especially the kind of guys, men she's talking about who are going to take you shopping. I'm sure they need some pum pum before they spend all the money like that. But what do you guys think? Crazy dating world we have. We're living in crazy dating standards in 2025. All right. Up next, we have our favorite of the channel, Kendra G. This was crazy. Divorcing her mom. Let's get into it.
Do you have any kids?
I have one little girl. She's 2 years old.
Daddy.
That's my ex-husband of, I think, 11 years, 10, 11 years. Oh, I got divorced 2 years ago, Kendra. So my baby wasn't even born.
Oh, your baby's gonna be 3 this year?
Yep.
Do you want to share why you got divorced?
Oh my God. You know what? I'm just gonna chalk it up to it just didn't work out, Kendra.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay. So, and you're officially divorced, not separated, right?
I'm divorced.
Okay, divorced.
Like healed divorce.
Oh, like paperwork done and healed.
Yes.
All right. So we got Sadie Atlanta, 38, hairstylist, mom to a 2-year-old. And what's your zodiac sign?
A Leo.
A Leo. Okay, I think I got it all. Sadie, Atlanta, 38, Leo. She's a hairstylist. She's divorced and a mom to a 2-year-old. Do you guys co-parent well?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What kind of man are you looking for?
Kendra, I am looking for, oh my God, I'm looking for a guy that's healed. I'm just recently dating, and it just seems like a lot of guys is bringing that baggage from whatever situation they were in previously to what's going on right now. Like every single guy that I've talked to lately.
Isn't it amazing how these ladies always claim the guys they date are the ones with the issue? They're not healed, they're bitter, they don't know how to treat a woman, and for some reason for them they're always perfect. Isn't it amazing how they always use that excuse?
And I'm looking for a guy that's, that's intentional, that knows exactly what he wants, that's established. I'm looking for a nice guy. I'm so
Nice guys finish last. So after the divorce and dating all these guys who are not intentional, so now she wants an established nice guy. Is that you? Is that you, the nice guy? I mean, she's a good-looking woman now. Obviously, she has glasses on, so I can't really see, but you can see the facial structure. She seems good-looking. She's like a good-looking woman.
sick of these thugs, Kendra. They so hard. You ain't gotta be that hard. I'm looking for a nice guy. I don't know. Okay, I'm rambling now.
Okay. Nice guy. Do you want to get married again?
Yes.
Okay. What are your deal breakers besides thugs?
My deal breakers are not being honest, not loyal, deadbeat dads, smokers. I don't like smokers. No guys that's been in prison. Yeah.
Okay, no
I
guy.
want no pookie.
No pookie.
No pookie. Okay, no
Yeah.
pookies. No pookies.
That's funny.
Was your husband a pookie?
He wasn't a pookie, but he's
But
deaf.
that's a yes.
We gonna leave him here, Kendra.
That's a yes. That's a yes. Because she could have said no right away, but she was like, he wasn't a pookie, but that's a yes. Her husband was a pookie. So like I said, she has dealt with enough thugs, enough guys in prison, enough bad boys. Now she wants the nice guy. And remember, she has a kid. So you as a nice guy, you have to play stepfather as well.
All right. Should he look a certain way, the new guy?
He needs to be well groomed. As far as like a certain height or anything like that, no, but dress age appropriate, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, how to match my fly. Like if we're going out, we're going to certain places, you gotta look like we're together. Like don't,
That's
You know what
fair.
I'm saying? A little bit.
That's
But
fair.
not like necessarily color coordinate, or do you mean color coordinate?
Not color coordinate, of course not. You know, some guys think that's so corny, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm well put together and I'm dressed up and we're going out, you know, to a nice dinner or something like that, I don't want you out with in a hoodie and jeans and, you know, the name brand gym shoes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
That's fair. I mean, I think even guys want a well-dressed woman, you know, not like dressed like sexy red. So I think that's a fair ask. So far, nothing delusion apart from the fact that she dealt with bad boys. Now she wants a nice guy.
you got to know how to put on a suit, a nice something. Put on something nice.
Okay. Okay. Should you make a certain amount of money?
No.
Okay. I don't care about your money. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Not money, but yeah,
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
that's not important to me right now.
Ooh, look at
Okay.
this body, girl.
Okay, can drop it in that gym.
Ooh, I say,
Yeah, she has a good body. I can see some of you guys in her DMs for sure. Some of you guys are gonna cap and lie and say she's not good looking. No, she's in shape compared to most women who come on Kendra G's show. She's in shape, and that alone, most guys will forget that she has a kid and that they're gonna be the stepfather. That alone, from the fact that she has a good body, most guys are going. If we're gonna be honest.
a lot of girls in Atlanta got bodies. They give you bodies when you get off the plane.
So stupid.
They like, here they go. Oh, they do a body check. You ain't got no ass. Here it is. Return it with the rental car. And you leave. Because the ATL, the women in ATL got bodies.
Girl, the gym. We be in that gym. I'm telling you, I see them.
Huh?
I see all the ladies in the gym all the time.
It's a requirement.
Yes, absolutely.
You look good.
Thank
So, when was your last relationship was with your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
That was yesterday.
I'm gonna skip that.
That was yesterday. Like the long pause, maybe even the same day she made these she called Kendra. If we're gonna be the long pause was suspect.
No. Okay, we can skip it. 3 flaws we have to work on.
Here we go. 3 flaws.
I am sometimes a procrastinator.
Okay.
I'm an empath,
Okay.
and I feel like that's one of my flaws. And I gotta stop it with the potty mouth, Kendra.
Oh, okay. Now I see. So she talks too much. Or maybe she talks back. And you know, guys who have their shit going on, who have the options, are not going to go for that. Okay. I'll give her a point. I'll give her credit for self-awareness.
Oh, cussing.
Yes.
I hear you, girl. I like to cuss, but I hear you.
Working on it. I'm working on it.
She probably
I ain't never trying to
curses
change
men
it,
out.
but I understand. I feel you. I feel you. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
she's a
I'm
single
a
mom.
cool chick from the east side of Detroit. I'm so down to earth. I'm loyal.
You divorced
I'm
your husband.
driven. I'm faithful to the right guy anyway.
Ooh. She's faithful to the right guy anyway. So that means she could be with you. You could be the right guy in the relationship, meaning you do whatever she wants you to do. But if one day you don't do what she wants you to do, you will stop being the right guy and she will stop being faithful. You know, you guys, I gotta break this shit down for you because some of you guys hear what she's saying, but you don't dig deep down. Because at any time, she in her mind, she can make a decision, even if everything is going well, she can make a decision, you are not the right guy. She may see the right guy in the mall when she goes out on a Saturday. Even if you are the right guy yesterday, today you're not the right guy, she won't be faithful anymore. So you guys got to catch up on that. But she's a good looking woman, so I see some of you guys, you're still going to slide in her DMs.
And I'm a nice person. I'm
Okay.
around good person. I have a really good heart.
I love it. You want the guy to be in Atlanta?
No.
Oh, really? Where do you want him to be?
No men in ATL. All right, guys. I just wanted to review that so that you guys can see how they want nice guys now. Nice guys are coming back in style. Do you guys believe that? I don't know if they are coming back in style, but it's just funny how they come in style after they've dealt with the Pookies. It's always funny to me. So I'll link down below the full video to Kendra G's show if you guys want to check it out. Shares other interesting videos. All right, next up. This was a crazy conversation. They're saying black men are the reason why the community is the way it is. Black men are the reason for single moms and crazy kids out here. Black men don't respect black women. You know, they don't know how to love black women the right way. So on and so forth. So without further ado, let's just get into it. And I'll link down below the full video because as you can see, it's 46 minutes. We're just going to go through maybe 10 minutes, just react to exactly what they're talking about, give my opinion on it, comment down below. Let's go.
Do you guys think that the black man is a contributing factor to all of the problems within our culture?
No,
I think the white man.
Yes.
The white man did that to us.
I agree.
Yeah, they perpetuated
The green man.
Okay, so but break it down
The
for me.
green man.
Tell me
money.
one, why the white man is the problem, and then tell me how the black man is allowing
Yeah.
him to do whatever.
Okay, let me
he's
get
done.
into because I
Get
think
into it,
initially I
please.
say this because they can filter and push what they want to push.
Yep.
From the music to the movies to even the content.
Okay,
They
so
put an
but let me
algorithm.
ask you this though.
Right.
If you was present in your household,
Right.
if you was there for your children, if you was treating that child's mother with respect, instead of f***ing her and leaving her,
Right.
then you can be present for your child and
Most
teach
definitely.
them that they're better than whatever the white man is pushing.
Yeah.
But because you're not there, your child is being raised
For sure. But at
by
But she's assuming that the man just left the house on his own. She's assuming that the woman didn't get on government support and, you know, food stamps and throw the man out of the house because you can't have both. You can't have food stamps and a husband in the household. She's assuming the woman didn't file for divorce because she was unhappy because she had to put herself first. She's making so many assumptions like the guy just left. And we know 80% of broken relationships or divorces are filed by women. So she's making so many weird assumptions.
the same time we got to go back to the 70s and the 80s when they put those programs to
What
keep the
about
black. I mean, it takes time. It's only been 40 some years. It takes time to
well,
understand
what you doing?
Wait.
I'm telling you, me,
But organic isn't wrong.
It's been 40 years. It's been 40 years of us trying to get it back together.
Right.
It's been 400 years of intentional
That was already pushed back.
dismantle
Yeah.
of our black household.
For sure.
So what we're experiencing right now as a black community is the crap load from what they did intentionally. A lot of the black men, and it's not me giving y'all no excuse, because in real life,
It's
I want
real.
y'all all to stand the up.
Yeah.
In reality, a lot of black men don't have an example on how to show up as a man because they never been given a
Right.
position of seeing a leader.
Mhm.
If you grew up in a single parent, single mom household, you don't honestly know how to show up as a leader unless you had an uncle that was coming around that had you up under him,
Right.
a pastor,
But how
a football
long is
coach,
that
or
gonna be?
whatever.
And
It's growing though,
I
because
would
remember when we
say
grew up, when I
we've
grew
been
up, it was
saying
75% of households that have fathers. Now it's like 40 of even. It's growing. It takes time.
Well, you
Actually,
know what?
no,
If
no,
it's
no,
not a-
wait,
if a woman
organic
is not
is
a good
more.
mother or a good wife, we don't make excuses for her and say, "Well, her mother wasn't home. Her mother was in the streets. Her mother was a crack."
Sometimes they do.
We don't.
We do. Actually, if a kid is bad, it's always the father that is blamed. Where was the father? He doesn't pay child support. He never wants to see his kids. All this. But when a kid does well, the mother, he had such a good mom. You guys have seen so many guys, athletes, when they go to the draft, the NFL draft, basketball and things like that, they bring their mothers along, even if they have their fathers who did their job or who paid child support, who was seeing them. They always give props to the mom. But when a kid does bad, they blame the dad. That's number one. Number two, when the mom is struggling, they say give her grace, mental health, you know, she's a single mom, things like that. But when a dad is struggling, they just call him a deadbeat. So let's be honest.
No, we just say she's a bum. She's a
No, we
deadbeat
don't.
mom. We make so many excuses for men.
No,
I'm
we
No,
don't.
we
don't
don't.
make any excuses for the
I agree
deadbeat
on that.
moms.
I can hear,
We don't make any excuses for them
I can hear the
ones.
perspective, but and for me with this conversation, I never like that it becomes a us versus them.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those people either. Like I'm not a pro woman, pro male. I'm pro whoever makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. I think when we get into this is perpetuating the exact thing that we're speaking about, the division, because we're looking to assign blame instead of just recognizing that we're on two sides of the same experience.
Most
I
definitely.
think your only thing that I would say, in addition to what you asked Ra about the black man specifically, is I do think that there's a level of resilience that a black man has to have that no other man on this earth has to have. And then they come into their household, they don't know how to strip that armor down. So the same type of aggression and everything that they use to face the world, they bring into the household. So
And that's the main thing men have always said. If you can bring all black men together, if there's one thing they're all going to agree with, it's about the aggression, the attitude from their women. Even men who are still married today, there's one thing they're going to complain about is their women having attitude, being aggressive towards them. That's the main thing.
children get witness sometimes to that aggression.
Not respecting the
Sometimes
black
not
woman
being
is the
that way.
problem.
But but where it kind of flips back is you have to
and
act.
it is me us
it's a-
against
but
them.
it
I
isn't
feel like
though,
that.
because the
How can it
conditioning.
not be a war with
You're
us
not
against-
even letting us speak because she's not agreeing with you or she's agreeing with the men. You're not even letting us speak. Come on.
them and look at the shit that they say.
But the same degree, what my greater point is, why is he incapable of stripping his shields? There's a lack of like vulnerability, right? And we got to be clear on that. Vulnerable means that I'm susceptible to attack, but your partners and your household, your family is not supposed to be your attacker.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So you're not supposed to feel like you can't be compelled to open that side of you up. So you got a lot of you men who go two ways about it. Some of y'all take it to the gym and pump iron
Got to
and
do
hit
that.
those sports and da-da-da-da. And
Yep.
some of them go do dumb
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So that takes them off the streets either by way of getting killed or putting them into the incarceration system, or better yet, the federal correction system,
For sure.
instead of rehabilitation, which
But
is what
that's-
our
but-
community really needs.
Cash,
But
but,
what-
peel another layer back before 1 second. I'm sorry, because
Go
I'm
ahead,
still on your
Randy.
team with this one. Peel another layer back. How often are you told as a black child not to go into that doctor's office telling them all your business?
That's always.
So if we have grown as grown women can sit around and say that we had late diagnosis in whatever aspect of mental health, how many of these men, not to give excuses to any of you motherfuckers, because y'all
We
disgusting
need
a
little
lot
bit
of the
excuses.
time.
Help us.
How many of these men are sitting around undiagnosed?
A lot of
2-3 generations in undiagnosed, don't necessarily know how to emotionally regulate, know how to process what they're going through, know how to verbalize what they're going through. These are the same people that's told, don't cry, big boys don't cry.
Facts.
Shut up.
I
You
don't-
shut up before I give you something to cry about.
Hell
And
yeah.
I hate that because
Yeah.
it's like now we got these grown ass men who sit here and say that he's gonna try to you without feeding you.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
gotta
know if
do
you
that.
guys know.
I mean, I kind of there are so many points here, but there's one thing I want to talk about. The whole thing of men not crying. I think it's usually because they don't have a dad. Because most boys cry in front of their dad. They may not cry in front of the mom, but they cry with the dad. But if the dad isn't even in the household, in the home, he's never gonna cry. Because the mom is gonna tell him, stop crying, you're a man. You know, but in front of the dad, the kid will cry. And even then, if the dad doesn't let him cry, he's gonna ask him, what are you crying about? What's the issue? Okay, that's the issue. Let's find a solution. Instead of crying, here is the solution. Usually that's what dads do. What are you crying about? What's the problem? Yet the mom could be like, oh, come here, my son, just cry on my shoulder. And the issue is still there. The problem is maybe the kid is getting bullied in school or something. The dad will get up with the kid and they go to the school. The mom will just say, don't worry about those boys. Oh, they're bad people, and that's it. Boys usually want a solution. It's not just about shedding tears.
No, there was also a study.
Wait, hold on. Slow.
Who's laughing?
Let's-
Motherfucker?
When I
But,
say it,
but wait, hold on, cause I just got to get this in.
Let me hear it, Ray.
No pun intended. The problem that I have is that we're not actually realizing the root of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And we said the black man, we said the white man, and I said the green man,
Talk about the green man.
right? Because the green man is the only thing that is keeping us divided.
The
If
money.
we actually pay attention to what's been happening. At some point in time, we can go about the welfare when women chose to actually have the money instead of having the father, right? So now you have everything is a domino effect of another. And now we got a point in time. And this is the most important thing I think that we need to understand as a community, that we're thinking that black men do not value black women who are in the entrepreneur world. Because actually, out of all the entrepreneurs,
They make the
black
most
women
money.
make up most of that percentage, right? However, black women are the only specific group that actually can get funding and grants. You can't be a black man to get a grant. but you could be a black woman and get a grant just for being black and a woman.
I know more.
No, yeah, you can. There's
I thought he Donald
We got
Trump.
ways.
ended
No,
all
no,
that.
no.
Gotta get a guy.
So, but-
Oh, you
so-
gotta
Go ahead.
get a
I
guy.
think what your,
But
your
wait,
point,
but
I'm
wait.
sorry, Rico. Go ahead,
But
finish your
this
thought.
is not just something that just happened right now. It's been happening.
Yeah.
So now what have they been doing? So the next
Empowering
money
women.
move after they stripped us from the household, right? And now we find a way to start to make things work. More men are in their child's life. This is a real stat that more black men are in their child's lives than are not. So what they're going to do is divide by empowering one and diminishing the other. Right? So if I can empower you and diminish you, then what's going to happen
That's a
is
good word.
they're going to say, well, listen, you that's us fighting against each other.
Right.
Because you can't find value in me because I'm down here, but you're not understanding I'm down here because you're valuing the green man.
Right.
That's facts. The money is a very, very big issue of the issues in the black community. In fact, between a man and woman, because we have all heard how women get money and they say that I'm strong and independent. Independent of who? A man. You know, so even if a woman makes $100,000 and a man makes $100,000, she thinks she can't respect him because he doesn't make this much money. And even when they make the same money, she thinks she cannot go with 50-50 because she's settling. So the money is the issue at the end of the day. It's like the man to be respected these days, he's got to make like a gazillion trillion dollars for him to be respected. Even then, she can disrespect you. So if you make the same money or less, she's going to disrespect you. You have to make way more. And even if you make way more, you cannot tell her what to do. So I agree, the money is the issue. If they have the money, or if they don't have the money, it's an issue. If they don't have the money, you got to have all the money. If they have the money, you're below her. You're not on her level. They call it you're not on my level, and an independent don't need you. But when men make money, you've never heard of a man who makes money, millions of dollars, saying I'm independent.
Right? So it's all a substance, it's all an object to keep us apart from each
I
other.
think you have such a great point. You have a phenomenal point. But what doesn't help is the way you guys are treating black women.
Oh
You
my
really
God.
are disgusting.
But
and
how are the black
disgraceful.
women treating us
So
though?
let me
Wait, hold on a second. Aside from that, if you treat a woman good, regardless of what your financial status is, you respect, you honor, you treat her like a queen, that black woman is gonna ride or die
true.
for you.
You're such a damn lie. Do you know how many guys are in relationships where they do everything you just mentioned and they still get disrespected? And they still have to drive home and stay in their cars for 3, 4, 5 hours because they are scared as soon as they go into the house, it's going to be an argument about why he left his socks down there. Do you know how many guys are in sexless relationships? But they're still required to pay bills every single damn month, pay the rent, and they never get any respect. How many guys are paying child support, doing everything they're supposed to do, but the woman refuses to let them see their kids? So the whole treat the woman good and then ABCD, that's not a guarantee.
Very true.
That's
She's
true.
gonna go to the death. But if you're
Lie.
lying, disrespecting her, mistreating her because you feel inferior because you're not making as much as her, so now you feel emasculated, and now you're mistreating her, and now you're lying and you're cheating. Of course, she's gonna react in this way because you are treating her like crap. The thing that you guys do every day that you guys are proud of is bad. I told you guys plenty of times, I've never been through like bad relationships where men have done things to me, but honest to God, it's because I don't allow you to do it. I will eat your head off your shoulders before I let you do that to me because I know that you will do it. You will break me down if I trust you, motherfuckers. And that's sad. And I'm raising daughters and teaching her to run from you niggas.
No.
So you're raising daughters without a father? So they're going to end up like you, saying men are disgusting, that you will cut their head off? They're going to grow up with that hatred for men. Because you're raising them without a dad. She just sounds like she has so much hate deep within her soul. Like, I wouldn't want to deal with a woman like that. Can you imagine going home to that? and she's saying she would cut your head off. Now flip the script. Let a man say the exact words what she just said. He would get canceled. How dare you threaten violence against women? If a man said the exact same things that she said, damn, we are cooked.
Crazy.
So,
because
but
of
I
the
say
things
this,
that
though.
y'all are saying out of your mouths and the things that
but
y'all
think
doing
about it.
to my peers, to our friends.
Wait, hold on.
But most
Look at
of
what
us,
y'all are doing to us. Why should we respect and
but at the
appreciate
same time, we
you?
gotta take accountability for the grandmas and the moms that wasn't having a man
Don't
there.
blame my grandma.
I'm just
for
saying,
your
shout
bullshit.
grandma,
Let me say
hey,
this, let me
but
say
they
this.
wasn't there to
Wait, hold on,
God
hold
trying
on.
to feed a man.
Let's have
You know
a-
what I'm saying?
Sorry, hold on, Rico, because I paused my point.
Go
I
ahead, you
listened to
got it. Go
everybody.
ahead, run
I have
with
to
it.
say this. So, psychology, right? Let's step over there real quick. There have been studies recently that have revealed that Black women, right, have been misdiagnosed, if not diagnosed at all, for years. A lot of them being diagnosed with bipolar, manic depression, things like that, when it has been really truly been found that it's untreated PTSD. So how does that happen? My mother gave birth to me 2 months after my father was murdered, right? PTSD. She gives birth to a little girl under those circumstances. However, she is a woman now discovering motherhood for the first time
Right.
without her partner due to tragedy from the that's happening in said streets. So this is where the patterns begin. Something happens to you, then something happens to us,
Right.
and then something happens to you, then something happens to us.
Yeah.
So now you got a mother raising a child in those circumstances. For me, I'm gonna tell you the truth because Ra's not wrong about something. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I have been sexually assaulted twice in my life before I even turned 18. So let me put that on there, by the hands of a Black man in all circumstances. The only thing that has not shattered my core when it comes to my Black male is the institution that my grandfather, my uncles, and the other individuals in my village set for me as a woman. Growing up, I had men who were there for me, who were strong, who were ex-Marines, who were straight and narrow dudes. So if it not been for what they instilled in me, I would have every reason to say F you at this point for the abuse that I have endured at the hand of a man who's supposed to be my greatest protector. You have to ask yourself as a man.
Yeah, but if a man, men go through these things themselves. They get assaulted by their aunties, by grown women. They go through these same things. But when a man speaks up about those things and he says, this is the reason I don't respect women, because in the past I've heard, I had so many women hurt me. Do you know what they tell the man? You're a man. Grow up. Heal. Seek therapy. You shouldn't hate women for your past. Who hurt you? Things like that. So in the same instance, if you, as a woman, you went through hard times, you may have to seek therapy at some point. But you can't hate a whole group of people because of the things you went through.
Provide, protect, all those type of things. A man who might have been designated in a space who I looked at him to be the person to protect me was the person I needed protection from. You have to think about that.
Okay, so can I speak? Because there's a lot to touch
So,
on here.
Absolutely. I just want to conclude and say we have all had done to us. And
Exactly.
Quite frankly, God has blessed me with a basket full of trauma to be able to connect with my people and my audience in an empathetic, not sympathetic way. So I'm not a victim. I want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
But I do also want to say
You painted
that
it
I
as well.
recognize what you experienced too. And I recognize that why those individuals was willing to put hands on me or willing to want to abuse me sexually is as a result of his own untreated trauma. It just keeps
It's a cycle.
Exactly. So now we keep talking about what comes first, the chicken or the egg.
Facts.
And to be honest, for
Doesn't
different
matter.
people, it's different sides, right? Both can be true.
Yep.
And my biggest thing is this. We again don't understand why the green man takes over. Let me give you an example. You think that white people, Chinese people, Spanish people, Latin descent don't speak ill will on their own people who are not conducting themselves in a way that they want to be represented?
They do. They all have issues.
Right.
The only difference is we get funded to do it. They don't.
Facts.
We get highlighted and we go viral when I tell you that black women ain't
You in that
right?
aggravated.
Absolutely.
You get
They like
you
that
get
acronym.
highlighted, and when you
Absolutely.
tell me that it's you black niggas.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand it's the money, right? If we get
But if we say I love you,
if
That
we,
going on.
we don't get nothing, right?
It probably
So-
gets suppressed.
So then what do? We
We
run
turn that
from the
up.
truth Because the fact is, most black men get married to black women.
Absolutely.
That's the fact. The fact is, hold on. The fact is, most black men are in the house with their children.
Yes, they
the
are
fact
now.
is, out of every single ethnic background in America, black men are the most present and active fathers in the
coming
house.
up.
That's facts. That's a statistic from I think CDC, and it's 85%. Black men are the most involved fathers. So when you hear black men are deadbeats and this and that, the statistics say different. And some of those have to go to court to fight to see their own kids. So this was a great conversation. But you can see the reason I love conversation like this in the same room, because it's not just men talking about their shit and women talk about their shit. You can have the women there who come with the whole hate men energy, and you have the men who are going to say, hey, listen, the reason it's like this is because of ABCD. When we come together, we may bridge the gap, you know, but the whole hate this and this and this, play victim here, we all just gotta take accountability and find a way to get together. What do you guys think about that? I'll put the full link down below. As you can see, the video is 46 minutes. I can't watch all of it. I'll put the link down below so you guys can go and check it out. All right. Next up, I have shout out to Anton Daniels. After Hours. He motivates me too much with the content. I like his content creation. You know, I've learned a lot from him. I'm part of his Patreon group, the Bag Chasers. All right, let's get into it. Men settling, women settling today. The dating streets are cooked, is all I'm gonna say. If you think 2024 was crazy, 2025 is even worse. All right, let's get into it.
Talk about men settling, and I mean settling for women they know that they don't want to be with, because they know the woman that they truly want to be with either don't want to be with them, they can't be with them, or anything of that nature. And it's honestly crazy because men will real life have that woman thinking that they are in love with them, that they are the light of their whole life, that they're just the happiest with them. And don't get me wrong, sometimes they could settle enough to be happy with them. But it's just the fact that you know that you're truly not in love with this woman, but still will play, I don't know, I don't want to say mind games, but it's like mind games. And I can speak from this from personal situations where people have had to settle for other people because I didn't want to be with them at the time, or we just couldn't be together. And my thing is, why settle for that? Like, I mean, it's okay to move on, but like, why are you faking your love for somebody? Why are you faking being in love with somebody? It's just weird. It's just a weird thing, and it's just a topic that I can go on and on and on and on about. But I don't want to get too personal on it. But
so, long story short, Eve, I don't know if y'all was able to see all of that. Was y'all able to see most of that?
We saw it all.
Do y'all believe that men, or you could just have it across the board, but we can start off with guys. Do you think that men usually settle for the women that they get with?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, they do.
I think they find maybe 65% of what they want in a woman, and they rock with it.
Facts.
I don't.
Yeah, most guys, as the saying goes, men get to with who they can get with. Women get with who they want to get with, because usually, as always, men approach the women, so you can get one woman approached by 10 guys. She can pick and choose, but the guy has to do the approaching. So he's gonna get rejected here, he's gonna want to get something he wants here, or maybe here, and then at the end of the day he has to settle. He's like, okay, I want Sarah, she's a 10, but her personality is crazy, she's psycho, right? But then Brenda, she's a 7, but you know, she doesn't argue with me. He would just go with Brenda. So most guys settle for sure.
I don't think men, by and large, get what they want out of a woman. And I think the notion of love is an ideal. It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
I think love is it's like a loan. It's like here for a short time, not a long time. I don't think humans can really love someone for the duration of a life. That's like a hard emotion to feel someone for that long.
They can love their kids though, for sure.
Slimmy?
Well, being in love, let me clarify, words matter. Being in love That's a big emotion to feel for a lifetime for somebody.
But okay, so let me follow that up though. Do you think that, because you say being in love, right? But is that like a fleeting emotion? You know what I'm
That-
saying? Like,
That's why I said it's a loan. It's like it's temporary. It's like a temporary gift, and you do everything with it while you have it because it's gonna be gone eventually.
Let me ask you another question. Do you think that women know when they're getting settled for by men that settle for them? Given if a man's settling for a woman in the frame that she's selling, do you think that women know that they're getting settled for, or do you think that they believe that they're actually getting the best?
I think the only time the women think they're being settled for, if she also knows that she doesn't qualify for that man. Let's say a woman who's not in shape gets with a man who's in top tier shape, works out, she doesn't work out, he's always grinding, she's just lazy, and he puts himself together and she doesn't put effort, she can tell he's settling for her because he's supposed to be with someone who at least puts half the effort into himself, into herself, the way he does. So yes, a woman can know a man is settling for her if she's objective enough to know that she doesn't qualify for that kind of guy.
Generally, no. I think women think they're the shit and that they're the prize and all that.
Yeah.
Like there's
sometimes.
anomalies like fucking hood boogers that got some nigga that pull them out the ghetto type of shit. Like there's those anomalies that they probably know. Like I found a good one and he put me in a better spot. But I think most women think they're the prize, and I don't even think they're grateful for it. I think that because you know what I mean? Like just even in the fact of settling, that's kind of like narcissistic. Like, why are you so good that you're the one settling type of shit? That's what most women think.
Yeah, so many women call it settling every time they don't get everything they want in a man. So you can find a woman who wants a guy who is tall, 6 feet, makes the money, and he looks good, he's in shape. But if she gets 2 out of those 3 things in a guy, she'll call it settling. And then the issue is other women won't even be like, hey, listen, at least he has 80% of what you want. She's going to be like, why doesn't he have 95? I don't want to settle. So let's say she makes $100,000 and the guy makes 80,000. She'll call it settling if she gets with a guy who makes slightly less money than her.
Slimmy, do you think that men often at times, not all the time, but do you think that most men are often at times settling for the woman that they then get with?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, yeah. Because like a lot of women, they don't even know how to treat a man. Like men, we are programmed from youth
Facts.
that you treat a woman a certain way.
Facts.
Most men, it's like this is just the nature of things. Like you always told, hey, you let a woman go through the door first. You hold the door for a woman.
Yep.
You just get taught chivalry as a child.
Facts. Think about this, right? You guys who go on dates who are dating, right? You are told how to approach a woman, what to tell her, how to plan a date, what to do on a date, where to take her on a date, how to dress. How many times or how many things are women taught to do on a first date? Apart from coming to look good, because you're also coming to look good. What else do they teach them to do on a first date? But it's like and I mean, I don't know if it's and maybe it's their fault or not, but they grow up with that mindset. So you find out at 35, you're expecting something from return. That's why when they ask them what do you bring to the table, they all say, I'm the table, I'm the prize.
Like they just program this into you.
Facts.
And I'm not sure that women, the majority of women are being trained how to be a wife.
Nope.
So I think, yeah, a lot of men are settling because sometimes you're dealing with a woman that doesn't know how to treat a man. 9 times out of 10, they playing it by ear. They haven't been designed to do this since they were a child. You know, like we are designed to learn a lot of things about women as little boys.
Yep.
Don't hit little girls. You know what? Everything is, you know, women are precious. So you got to you got to treat them a certain way.
Facts.
We've been designed to learn this from youth. Like, now women aren't necessarily trained like that.
What do we settle for, Slimmy? Like,
man, before even Slimmy goes on, Slimmy is cooking. You guys ever notice how when they ask a woman, what do you want from a man? She can list 10, 15, sometimes 20 things she wants in a man. Tall, charming, nice to me, listen to me, cry with me, go with me here, take me shopping, all these things, have the money, do all these things. But when it comes to, okay, what do you give to that man? They fight. They struggle to name even 5 things they bring to that man's life. Which really means that they are taught what to expect from a man. They are never taught how to reciprocate anything. And if a man even mentions, I want a woman who can cook and clean, they always say, I'm not your slave. It's funny, like the dating streets are cooked out here.
Like, is it physical? Is it mental? Is it, what do we feel like we settling for? Because there's guys that'll get with women, for example, that may be gorgeous, but they may be missing something up here. Or it may be guys that get with women that got a great attitude or whatever, or she may be a good girl, but she may not fit the mold of where he think he going physically. Where do you think that men settle most at?
Unintelligent. Sorry, my bad.
I think men mostly are settling in a department
attitude.
of, like I just said, like women know how to treat them. I don't think a lot of women, they're not trying to understand a man. They don't try to understand the man at all. I think that's what's missing. So I think that would fall under, I think that's more like falling under like catering. I don't think a lot of women understand how to cater to a man completely. They know the little basic shit, man. Make sure that you cook for them and clean, but
even the cooking and clean, they call it being a slave. I don't want to be your slave. I want to go and work. No, you cook, I cook. But still, they expect you to pay all the bills. Because when it comes to the bills, they'll be like, I don't do 50-50. But for the cooking and cleaning, I'll do 50-50. I expect you to do 50-50 with me. It's just crazy out here.
It's deeper than that. It's way more. You got to learn what makes a man tick. Like, for instance, some guys, they want to be left alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know when not to nag. You got to know when to just let him do his own thing. I don't think a lot of women understand that, though.
Right.
I really don't. Like, just small little shit women aren't picking up on men, and you can see that shit. Like,
I don't think that that's their fault, though, Slimmy.
It's their fault. They have to learn.
I'm shooting women some bail right now. I'm not sure if it's their fault.
It's their fault, Anton. Because if a man doesn't know how to treat a woman, it's his fault. He's supposed to learn. In fact, women don't give you a chance if you don't know how to treat a woman, like they like to call it. If you don't know how to treat them like a queen, you gotta learn. So the same thing for women. If you don't know how to treat a man, it's your fault. Okay, your daddy didn't teach you, your mom didn't teach you, you gotta find out. Because any man you get with, whether he says it directly or indirectly, is gonna be expecting something from you, some kind of reciprocation to show that you like him, that you appreciate him. Some women can't even say thank you because they expect you to do it. All they expect is give me, me. So they can't even say thank you because they're like, that's your job as a man. Okay, you paid the bills. Okay, and so it's your job as a man.
Why isn't it their fault?
Because I think that the nature of women when they like you is to be clingy.
Okay.
I think that the nature. Listen, I think that the nature of women when they like you, when they really, really like you, and I'm not talking about in passing, and it's not all women. I don't think everybody's a monolith, but I think that the nature of a lot of women is to be clingy. Yeah. Now, I think that's different from a woman that is nagging.
Yeah.
Nagging and clinging is 2 different things, right?
There's
a woman
a thin line.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's a thick line. It's a huge line. That's a total difference.
Because a woman that nags you could be nagging you because you know what I'm saying? Like she could just be, I hate to use big words, but I like to say cantankerous, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? She just a person that is always problematic or got issues. I think that's completely different from a woman that always that wants to be up under you when she's around you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's something totally different. Yeah, those
Yeah,
two totally different things.
I think that clingy is much different than a woman that's kind of problematic and always want to argue.
Yeah. No,
A
no,
woman
no.
that
Yeah, no. It's gonna. I agree with you that there's women they want to be around a man. I'm not talking about wanting to be around him and like they don't understand when to give him space though.
Correct.
That's that's what I
don't
mean.
think
Like
I don't think that all guys can tell the difference. Like a lot of guys will kind of snap sometimes and be like, man, I just want to be left alone. Or if he's immersed in his game or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's situationally aware to where sometimes he can recognize she may just want to be under you or want to be around you versus a woman that'll say some shit like, why you always on the game? Like a woman that say, why you always on the game is much different than a woman that's saying, you know what I'm saying, that's bothering you and interrupting you while you on the game because she want to be up under you. That's
yeah,
how
she playing, she doing stuff, fucking with your hair, like grabbing you, and yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I think dudes do snap. I think I do agree with that. Like men aren't situationally aware. Yeah.
Honestly, personally, I think that most men wouldn't mind a clingy woman. And hear me out. They don't like a nagging woman, arguments. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you call me? That's nagging. That's annoying. But clingy, very few women are out here clingy. So if a woman was clingy to a man, most guys never see that. A woman who's calling you, texting you, she wants to see you and this and that, most guys are going to die never getting that kind of treatment from a woman. So most guys will be happy to see that because like I said, most women are expecting the man to do that. They're always going to nag you about why didn't you call me? Why don't you text me? Why don't you want to come see me? But very few women are going to be like, let me check on my man, see how, hey babe, how was your day? Hey babe, when can I see you? Hey babe, can we go out? Few women are going to do that. But very many women are going to nag and ask you, why didn't you text them good night? Why didn't you text them good morning? Why didn't you call them during lunchtime? Why didn't you send me money? Very many women are going to nag in that department. Very few women are going to be like, let me text him, let me call him and check on him, see how his day is going. What does he need? Does he need a cooked meal? So that clinginess, most guys never get that, but most guys would love to get that.
So that's another thing that men got to learn how to do. So you got to train your woman up. And I don't think men are training them up, but I think the initial thing is
all the time. It just kind of depends. Molly, you were shaking your head. What's going on down there, baby?
Oh no, I'm just listening. I was just listening. I was
Molly,
just listening to Slimmy's points.
Do you think that men often at times settle for the men that they wind up getting with?
Yeah, I think that, and let me also state, I think women do too, but yes, I do think that men settle, and I think that men have always kind of settled, and women are starting to realize it and wake up to it and realize life is not a Disney movie. And in reality, you have to compromise and settle a little bit if you do want to be with somebody. So these women are, this is why I don't think a lot of women can handle how men really think and feel about certain things. Because if a woman knows she's with you and she might not be the one that you're in love with, that is going to hit her in her feelings a little bit, but
why does
just
that have
is
to
what
be
it is.
said? Like, why do you like? Is that a conversation? I'm not in love with you. Where like, why does that even have to be a thing?
Yeah, I know.
As far as what?
Like, why would that ever come out of a man's mouth to his person?
No, it probably would not. But I think from discourse on the internet, and women are starting to hear how men really feel and think.
Yeah.
They can't handle it because that's not what we were programmed to think. We were programmed to think men love just like us. If he chose us, we must be the end all be all. And maybe you was just the only one that stuck around and everybody else left. So he just said, you know what?
Yeah, it's usually the ego from women thinking that once a man chooses them, they are the queen of the earth or something, you know. But sometimes men just choose her because hey, it's the best I can do for now, you know. But also men are simple anyway. If he wants 6 things from a woman and he gets 3, some guys, many guys will actually take the deal. But a woman will get a man who has 4 out of the 6 things she wants, and she will say, "I'm not." She will call it settling. She's like, "I'm not going to settle. I want him to have everything." But anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to After Hours. I'll put the full link down below so you guys can go finish the video. And so much great content they got over there. All right. So next, we have this woman. Man, this was crazy. She mentioned like thousands and thousands of things that she wants from a man who's going to ask for her hand in marriage. I don't know if she was trolling, but this is crazy because women have these days have weird delusional delulu requirements, standards for dating them. All right, so without further ado, man, let's get into it.
Husband, since y'all want to bother my dad so much about my
All right.
these are my requirements for a husband, since y'all want to bother my dad so much about my hand in marriage. First, I'm gonna want my own room, my own bathroom, and a walk-in closet in the house, because I did grow up a little bit spoiled, so I don't really like to share. Like, you're gonna be my husband though, so we can have like sleepovers, but yeah. You'd need to have enough money for help around the house, because I'm not a good cook. The most I do is bake. Also, I would want help with like cleaning and stuff. And if children are in the equation, help with that, because I will be working. I would also.
So did you guys catch that? She said she expects you to pay all the bills. But when it comes to cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids, she expects you to go 50-50. This is what I was saying, that women, when it comes to provision and providing, they don't want to go 50-50. But when it comes to things of the house, now they want you to go 50-50, but you better be 100% on the bills. I don't know which man is down for that deal, but let's keep listening.
I also want an educated man, so bachelor's, master's, doctorate, or if that's not your route, like ambitious, have a couple businesses, stuff like that. Next on the list is you're gonna have to be taller than me, so 6 foot at least.
But what's your height though? Because you can find, we have seen how so many women who are 5'2", 5'3", reject men who are 5'8", 5'7", and they call them short, even if they are taller than them. Because when they say, it's funny how they always say, I want a man who's taller than me, and they're 5'3", but when they say taller than me, they really mean 6 feet and over. Even if you're 5'8", 5'7", taller than them, they don't consider them they don't consider that as taller than them. And then next, she says she wants a man who has a degree, master's, and I think what else? Doctorate. So in other words, if you're going to trade school, electrician, plumber, you guys are gone. Yo, the dating standards in 2025 are getting crazier and crazier. Now, I don't know where she's going to find this kind of man, good-looking woman, in shape, but I don't know. Good luck.
Funny because, you know, I like to crack a joke, so you got to be able to, you know, banter and like
make me laugh.
Take a joke. I honestly don't really care to get married, but if like it happens and he meets the requirements, then yeah. Let me know if you guys want a part 2. These are my.
Damn. So how many guys of you, some of you guys in the comments, can you qualify for her? She has that standards. Personally, I can't because I'm not 6 feet. And I'm not about to pay 100% of the bills, then go 50-50 on other things. It's like we gotta have our roles. But maybe some of you guys in the comments. But I just wanted to react to this video to show you guys how crazy the dating scene is in 2025. And it's getting crazier. If you think 2024 was crazy, 2025 is crazier. All right. So I'll put her link down below so you guys can go check it out. The rest of our videos. All right. Next up, we have the Beef Network, ticker crackling, child support, alimony. Men are starting to collect alimony from women, and women don't like it. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Exactly. Oh, good interview. Good interview. Good interview.
So nice to meet you.
So you got a kid?
No, well, my exes might as well be my child. I pay alimony.
That's what she-
Oh,
that's
you
what
got
she-
caught up, huh? So he
Oh,
got
sure.
you.
Yeah.
He got you.
Good.
Yeah.
Got a good.
Yeah.
Got a
Yeah, he
good.
got you.
Bad.
I don't know whether to be happy or
I mean, happy because I got out of it.
no, happy for the nigga.
Oh, I'm
See?
so glad you can say that on the
Shit, he came
podcast.
up on $500,000.
Yeah, I'm happy for the nigga. Yeah.
Why?
Because it's good sometimes for the man to win. You see
Yeah.
Why?
But you see what
When
I'm
he's
saying?
a fully capable, when he's an adult?
Women are adults and they get alimony all the time. So men are winning. The tables are turning, man.
Look at me. Fully capable of working, a licensed professional, but used the system to come up, took advantage of me. You okay with that?
No, it's because it's you personally.
Yeah, because women do it all the time.
No. But watch what I'm about to tell you.
Tell me.
Women been doing it to men since the beginning of
Doesn't
time.
make it right.
Facts.
Oh, yes, the fuck it.
I don't agree with you taking advantage of a system because it's there.
No.
Yeah, but when did you speak up against it? How many times have women used the system against men to get child support and alimony? And how many times did you get up and be like, women, stop doing this to men? How many times? Zero.
I don't agree with that.
Only
Man,
Man, we should have
Only
did this on the show.
still rolling?
Yeah, only because it's you, I'm concerned. Because we have a relationship now. Or if it was my daughter, I would be concerned. But the fact is, it's a system that's there to be taken advantage of.
Facts.
So I don't think that she realizes that this is being recorded. I'm not sure how she feels. She may be embarrassed. I believe this clip went viral. And you can see the cameraman trying to adjust this to make sure he get this additional content, which I see sometimes. Sometimes some of the best conversations happen off cam before the podcast start and after the podcast start.
You
These are the
should
facts.
because you can. Is that what you're saying?
If you, I'm at the point in life, however the cards play out for you, and the way you lay your head down on the pillow at night, you got to be happy. If that means he had to do what he had to do to get you, I'm sorry that he did that shit. Listen to me. I'm sorry, darling.
You're anti-child support. You gotta be anti.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that happened to you. But I guarantee as you move forward through life, you'll never make that motherfucker
Well, I
take it again.
would. It's the most expensive mistake I made.
That's my point about the same stuff I was saying about life. The same thing
I looked.
saying.
It's crazy when y'all started talking. I looked at Rachel. I thought she was still wearing the ring.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm talking. So what I'm saying
I
is,
need to be saved now.
your experiences have taught you
TK
of
right
who
there.
to stay away from and who to talk. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
That's my point, love.
But that, I mean, we have to congratulate him.
No. As
Yeah, we
a
do.
G,
Yep.
salute that nigga. If I saw the nigga out buying, now like I said, but it's personal now because we family.
It's personal.
Now, we family now. We family. I feel sorry that happened for you.
Thank you.
You know,
It was
but
a-
for the system, one for the fucking crew.
There are
Salute
a lot of people who think like you. There are a lot of people who
salute
do.
that nigga. God damn.
Donnie, did you get all of that?
Yeah, we've been rolling.
Okay.
I love it.
I want that cut out as a social breakout before the interview. I want
All right, I got
that
you.
today.
What you want to post?
What y'all just talking?
That's
Because it's a big deal. Because he's not black, too. By
He's
the
a
way.
white belt.
Oh, even better. What? Good for him. Yeah.
All
Oh,
I took
shit.
from that is that you rejoice in the downfall.
Get that on tape.
Rejoice in the
Get that
downfall.
on. She talk about domestic violence. She let a white motherfucker people to the game and got a fucking half fucking million. Who raised you?
Federal judge.
Oh my God.
Look, man, under normal circumstances, speaking from what I believe is the ideal male answer, that's not manly. That's what's expected. However, I think this is good because what it's starting to show is that this whole system has been effed up and jacked up for a long period of time. And now that the tables are turning to where women are starting to share in the economic success that is our system, it comes with the weight. It's not just the benefit, it's the responsibility. So I personally think it's great because it'll have them now thinking twice and then starting to kind of see what we've been saying all along, that there shouldn't be a demise that way. So it warms my heart. And I digress.
Yeah, but even then, there have been very few women who have had to pay alimony to men or even pay child support to men. And off the top, maybe what's that chick? Mary J. Blige had to pay her ex-husband some money, and then there was what's that actress? Halle Berry also had to pay some money to her ex-husband or husbands because she has so many ex-husbands. But in the overall majority, I don't think women are going to want to change the laws because they still benefit most of the time. So women are never going to speak up when women still continue to use that system against men. So even if a few women get to, suffer the consequences of the system, women are never going to change it because at the end of the day, they still benefit the most.
Wow. Warms your heart. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Brittany. What are your thoughts about the clip?
It was disgusting. His reaction, I'm glad she could laugh about her situation, but it's like, dang, like, really? I didn't like it.
Okay, but how many times have you come out to say it's disgusting when women use the system to get so much money and men's assets after divorce? How many times? 0. So men are going to celebrate when they get something from a divorce.
What didn't you like about
it? It felt like, he was taunting her. And it's like, oftentimes, men want to say, oh, you knew who you was dealing with, or you got to make better decisions and all that. Yes, but like, why are you taunting the lady? She just lost a lot of money to a well, able-bodied man.
Men lose
and
money all the
it happens
time.
to men all of the time, but like, I just felt like it was tasteless.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of disgusting. I mean, I'm not sure how much. I mean, women may brag to their friends that they got alimony, but we don't do that. Like,
you brag online, not to just your friends. You brag online. You brag how much he deserves his assets to be taken. You say you deserve to be paid. So the guy deserves to be paid also.
It's just not right. I feel like men and women are doing the same thing these days because we are able to make as much as men are making now. So they out here to do the same thing.
Okay.
I actually watched that TV show, that reality show, and I watched the whole thing where they got married and they were together for a while. And at first I thought it was like, okay, he don't really want her. And then I thought like, okay, maybe he do, because he stayed with her for years just to get what he got. So I just think it's a setup on, men and women are doing this now. But I definitely didn't like how he taunted it and just displayed it.
But again, the question is, if you didn't like how TK Kirkland was laughing at a woman who had to pay her ex-husband alimony, my question is, how many times did you come out when men, celebrities, get taken to the ringers in their divorces and lose so many assets, so much money? How many times did you come out when Tyrese was crying on the internet saying how much he has to pay in child support? How many times did you come out and say, women, you need to stop this? 0 times. So you cannot complain when men start winning.
Seem like the ladies don't like it. It ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun.
Facts.
And that's what it seemed like. But I'm sure some of you ladies have fellow friends or maybe family members who was able to benefit or maybe even come up.
Yep.
On a situation like this. Look, it happens, man. It happens. It's not against the law. He didn't break the law. He didn't do anything legally wrong. He did everything within the frame of the law. So, we can't be mad. We may not like it because you think it's distasteful because he, laughed and joked at the woman. But at the end of the day, unless you've been on the other side, you will have no idea how it really feels. You know what I'm saying? You work so hard for so long, and then all of a sudden this woman who things could not work out between us, all of a sudden she gets some of my pension, or she gets a portion of whatever I bring home every month.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, I mean, we both been working. We both out here grinding, but why just because I make a few more dollars than her that she's entitled to take what she's able to take? I mean, that's the law. And you know, men have to accept it.
Yeah.
So ladies,
times are changing,
shoes on the other
ladies.
foot. You guys got to accept it. It is what it is. So
What I find most distasteful about this is that he's laughing on someone else's downfall and someone that he calls family or friend. And I think that anybody that is in my circle that laughs at my downfall or laughs at something that is done to me that is impacting me in a major way, such as that, I cannot call you friend or family, because I would not do the same to you, man or woman. Another thing I found distasteful is that I get it. This happens to men all the time.
Okay.
And it's not right just because it happens to men. It's not right because it happens to women. But at the end of the day, at what point are we going to have a system where we have to stop? This is more so for the system. It's like, it's always, nothing's ever really changed until something drastic happens. At what point are we going to occupy that change or demand that change, or something in place to where it's a little bit more of an equal playing field? However, you know, this does happen a lot to men, and I get that. And so the situation has to be the same with women. But it's nothing to laugh at, and it's nothing to make fun of for somebody else, because you, at the end of the day, you can say, oh, she knew who she was getting into, but people are also good at wearing masks. People are also really good at playing in your face as if they love you and they care about you. But then the entire time they're sitting up there preying on your demise or trying to figure out a way, and you won't even know. And sometimes it's the person that's actually closest to you. So we also have to remember that as well.
You mean how some women pretend they love the man, get married to him, only to divorce him to get paid alimony and spousal support? You mean that has been happening for so many years? And now that one woman out of millions is starting to pay alimony to a man, now you want the laws changed? What have you been doing all this time to try to change the laws? It's now that you want to change the laws? I find that interesting. Now, because a few women are starting to pay men alimony and spousal support, now you want to change the laws? How interesting.
But at no point is it right to laugh at someone for something like that. That's the only thing that really got to me.
I think that's, listening to the last lady, she said it's not okay to laugh, but she's on a podcast, and honest views are appreciated on podcasts because people watch these type of podcasts because they want to hear truth. They want to hear raw truth. They don't want to hear the bull crap CBS.
Yeah.
They can watch soap operas if they want to hear something fake. The truth is that man was laughing through pain.
Facts.
Men are laughing because it's painful on the other side.
Facts.
So men laughing at it is not really laughing so much at her, but it's laughing because it's almost like saying, finally, we get one.
Finally.
It's like we never get anything, and finally we got a lick. So that's a laugh, not of a humiliation, but rather it's a laughing through the pain situation.
How come it's just the one woman on the panel who can see that? That men are not really celebrating because they're getting money from women in divorces. No, it's because they're like, finally, let them see what we have been feeling for all these years. So maybe now they can start talking about, let's change the laws. It's unfair for a man to take money from a woman, but all these years when men have had to do it, you didn't think it was unfair. Now it's unfair because one woman out of 20 million women is starting to pay a man after divorce. Man, shout out to this lady. She gets it.
And I see it constantly in the court system where men are having to pay alimony, spousal support, child support,
facts,
all her medical bills, and so on and so forth. A man's paycheck sometimes is 70% taken because that is the legal limit.
Facts.
Legally, they can't take more than 70% of a man's paycheck. So men go through this way too often
for many years.
Yeah, it's not funny when the rabbit has the gun. It's really not, and I think it's kind of
disingenuous to say that women don't laugh when
They
they do the
do.
same thing. I mean,
They celebrate on Instagram. Yes, sis, you deserve it. Show him who the queen is. You deserve it. Take everything. They do that on social media. They laugh in the comments together. Sis, she won. Now, once a man does it, and finally one man, it's not even like tens of millions of men, just one man. Now, oh, you shouldn't laugh at a woman. A man shouldn't take a woman's money. Let's keep the laws. One thing men are going to do, they're going to stop getting married. But see how the women are going to start signing prenups now.
we have famous examples of this happening to women. Britney Spears, I believe Halle Berry, when she got her divorce, she had to pay alimony because alimony is not just spousal support. Alimony is in regards to lifestyle. A person is rewarded alimony when they are taken from their lifestyle they lived previously to another lifestyle for a significant amount of time.
Yep.
If I grew up poor and you put me in the hills and you make me have this luscious life or luxurious life, and then after we divorce, I'm out on the streets again. I no longer know how to survive. I've been a housewife for you for 10 plus years. That is unfair in the court's view. So because of that lifestyle change, you are awarded alimony. It's not awarded to most people. Alimony is not something that is even common. So if that was rewarded to that man, then there was a significant life change for him that was worthy of an alimony settlement.
Yeah, but they don't like it because it's the man getting the money. When a woman is the one getting the money, they don't care about how she's an adult, how she can go get a job. When it's a man, now they say, oh, he can get a job. He's a grown man. How can he take a woman's money? Ooh.
Lastly, I had it on the top of my head. I'm sorry. Okay, I was talking about Britney Spears and Halle Berry, and I forgot my last point. So I'll just leave it there, I guess.
Thank you, Amira.
All right, Kelly, would you want to respond?
Yeah, I do want to respond. As I stated earlier, I stated that I get it, right? I'm not saying that, oh, women shouldn't give alimony. I mean, obviously the system was brought up for a specific type of reason, and that is fine. What isn't fine is laughing on either side. I never said it was, oh, women never laugh at the men. As a matter of fact, I said it's wrong to laugh at someone else's demise or someone else's downfall when you are claiming to be close with somebody.
But the question is, we know women have laughed and celebrated when they get alimony, or when other friends, their friends, women they know, get alimony from men. How many times did you come out to tell those women, stop laughing at the poor man, they're taking all his money? You never came out. So now you want to come out and say men shouldn't laugh when a man gets alimony? I don't think so.
If I've been in the situations where I've had my own women
She's gonna
friends
lie.
had to pay certain things towards the man, and not one time did I sit up there like, oh my God, finally, or even vice versa. When other women have came up, I'd be like, all right, well, how long are you going to be on this? What's going to be your next move? Are you going to be on this for a long time? That's that and versa. The thing is, we all have to stop laughing at someone else because of their situation. Okay, cool. He came up. Great. Good for him. Okay. So are we going to keep doing this? Are we going to keep being like, ha ha ha, I got my lick back. Good sucks for you. But finally, you guys see. Or are we going to...
Nah. Men are going to celebrate because they've been through this so many years and they're still going through it today. I can guarantee you there's a man, actually many men tonight, right, that are in divorce court and they've just been told to pay alimony to their ex-wives. There's so many men who have been kicked out of their homes they bought before they even got married. So yes, any small win men are going to celebrate. It is what it is.
Start being able to have actual discussions and conversations around a simple thing. Well, hey, I know this was like thing, but like this is what men go through, and actually gone and taken that time on a podcast such as that to actually give more insight, like, hey, like this is what people go through, and really share experiences or whatever the case may be. But to make a
No,
laughing
screw that.
stock out of her,
Screw that. No, no, laugh. I think the men should laugh, and they should
Yep.
laugh hard. Laugh in
Yes.
front of their faces.
Yes.
Women have had years, decades, generations of doing
Yes.
this. I think the men deserve a couple of years of laughing.
Yes. Men deserve to laugh because when we laugh, like her, they will understand it. And then after doing that, maybe the laws will change. Maybe they'll be like, you know what? Let's abolish alimony altogether. Let's abolish spousal support. But until then, and that's why I said one case of a man getting paid alimony, most women are not going to say, let's abolish the laws. Because still, even to this day, most women benefit from alimony.
I do. I don't care about the feelings. I don't care that their feelings are hurt. I don't.
that's good for you. But at the same time, this is a human being, just like the men are too. I'm not saying you can't laugh. If he wants to laugh, great. That's on him. But at the end of the day, it's still like you're calling someone your friend and then laughing at her for not being for something that has nothing to do with you. As a matter of fact, like you're laughing at her, but you're like, I feel sorry for you, but I'm laughing at you. That doesn't make sense. It's contradictory. So at the end of the day, you want to laugh, go right ahead. But it's still wrong. Still like not cool to the person that may be going through something. And if the shoe was on the other foot and it was a dude and the girl laughed in his face that his ex came up, oh, she would have got heat. She would have got mad heat. And this one,
No, she wouldn't. You know why? Because we're used to it. We're used to men paying spousal support. We're used to men paying alimony. So it wouldn't be nothing new. Men see that other women celebrate when women win alimony or spousal support. They see that every day. So it wouldn't be nothing new.
that would have probably been the topic on this podcast, and we would have had almost everybody in the chat downplaying her, calling her all sorts of names. So it's like, at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. You can't sit there and justify it.
I know everybody's speaking more towards how the guy was acting with the laughing and all of that. I think everybody can agree that that was distasteful. But in regards to the paying alimony itself, is really based on who's making more money, right? So I think what's fair is fair.
Yeah, but most times it's the man making most money, more of the money in the household. So he's bound to pay child support or spousal support. But this is one of the reasons men are giving up on marriage or dating for that matter. They're like, hey, listen, if the laws are not changing, I'm not doing this marriage thing anymore. You know, or they can do the whole cohabitation, but they do cohabitation in states that don't count common law marriage. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Shout out to Lapith. Link down below to all the videos. This was a great compilation that I had to go through. And till next time, don't forget to subscribe, support your boy, road to 5,000 subscribers. Comment down below what you guys think about all the videos. Till next time, peace.